I wanted to do a video because I feel that there are not a lot of voices in the Black or Hispanic community about cutting. Um, I know that it's something that's typically not, talked about in general, but I feel like in the African American community or in the Hispanic community, it's really taboo because it's quote unquote not what we do. Stereotypically, you know, when you think of black people or whatever, they have no problem with expressing how they feel or talking at all. But I think there are a lot more out there like me who are cutters or used to cut who live in these communities. And I feel like there's not a lot of resources or information or things that are targeted to them at all. Growing up, I started cutting when I was 11, and the only people who were cutters were emos. And let's be real, there are not a lot of black emos. I mean, stereotypically, it's a white person with black fringe hair or different colored hair and, rock attire. And it's just like, it's hard because you already feel like you're alone, and then there's not another face that matches yours. I know that sounds really weird maybe to someone else, but it's like it just makes you feel more alone. It's like you're not part of a group because everyone else who's doing it isn't like you in a way. And I know race isn't a really big issue, it's not really important, but some sense of it is, because it's like if everyone was, let's say, the majority of people were black and only so many white people were in the world, and the majority of the people who cut were black, I don't think I would have that much of a problem with like expressing that I was a cutter. Because I can identify with other people who've also gone through this. But it makes it harder when you're the minority, and then again, you feel like you're the only person out there at all in your race that is doing this. And I don't know if anyone else ever felt this way, but that's the way I felt when I was like 11, 12, and throughout my years as a cutter. And it's difficult when people are telling you that, oh, the reason you're a cutter is because you act white. I've gotten that response so many times. Not directly, but indirectly through hearing other people talk about me. Because I don't really talk about my cutting. But it's like, wow, is that what you really think? That the reason I'm a cutter, or I used to cut, is because I act white. I don't really see how they correlate. One time I wasn't eavesdropping, but I heard my roommates discussing things about me, and basically, what one had said was, I am a cutter, and let me try to get this as great as I could. I don't even remember verbatim what she said, but she had stated that the reason I cut is because I act white, because I listen to rock music and I dress a certain way and I sound a certain way, because black people do not cut themselves. Only white people do. That's what she said. And she said, since I act white, that I cut. Because since I act a certain way, I'm going to do those things of the people that I act like. If that makes any sense. Because when I first heard it, I'm like, well, what are you talking about? I was really shocked when I heard that. I was shocked and I was kind of hurt at the same time, because growing up I always heard that I act white. I mean, I lived to do the I'm an Oreo, kind of thing. And I used to brush it off, but over the years it's just got more and more offensive, because it's telling me that I can't like certain things and act a certain way without being told that I'm trying to act like a certain race that I'm not, and it's like I'm just being myself, and I can't be myself because you're telling me who I am is not who I supposed who is, you're telling me who I am is not, how I'm acting, or who I am is not who I'm supposed to be, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm supposed to be black, so I should act black, and what I do is not being black, so what I like is not right, if you could follow that. It's just it's just ridiculous. Like, I hate getting told that I'm an Oreo. It just pisses me off because it's just rude. You're basically telling me that I'm acting white because I talk well or speak well, because I like good music, and that there's no way I could be who I am without acting like a white person. That like, white people are supposed to be really superior, and everything I'm doing, is just well above my race's potential or something. I don't know. But it's just really offensive. And I don't think people understand that it is really offensive what you're saying. But it's whatever. But when I heard her telling everyone, like stating that in front of everyone, that I cut because I act white, it was just dumbfounding to me. It was just ridiculous. Like, I've never heard that statement. I heard I cut because I'm an emo, or because, it was a trend, or because it was a phase, but never because I act white, therefore I cut. And I was just shocked and angry. But I just wonder if there's any other, African American, Black, Hispanic, any person of color, or even Oriental descent. Because, to be quite frank, I never met an Asian person who cut either. I never met anyone else who cut who was not white. We're already the minority, and then we're represented again under the minority. So it's just sometimes really hurtful, or just harder, just because you have no one to relate to, no one who could possibly understand. And when everyone's telling you you shouldn't be acting this way because this is not how you're supposed to be acting, because you're black, or because you're Hispanic, or because of whatever, it just makes it even 10 times harder just to just be you, and just like I'm a cutter, that's who I am, I'm sorry. It's not a good thing, I know that, but for my own community to not accept that and just make an excuse for why I do it because I act like a different type of person is just kind of hurtful. And I just wonder if there's anyone else, who felt that way. You could even be white and felt that way about something else. I know a lot of people who call themselves Oreos, who act black on the inside, and I'm like, you're not acting black, and just because you like rap music or you talk like that. There's not one way a race acts or speaks or anything. And just to limit something to one race and it only being one race is just ridiculous, especially in America and in this day and age. It's just ridiculous. But that's just what I wanted to talk about. Cutting in a Black Hispanic community, because I'm Haitian Dominican, and I tell you, oh, that's a whole other story in itself. And it's just hard. It's just really hard. And I just wonder if there's anyone else who feels that way. Same thing goes with eating disorders. That's something that we don't do because, we're taught to eat all our food. We need a booty, we need a butt, or we need boobs or whatever, or curves. And, I've gone through that as well. And I don't really think that's pretty healthy or cute or sexy. And again, this could be pinpointing to me acting white, but we live in a white society. Hate to say it, but we do. And we live in this society where beauty is depicted in the media, and the majority of the people who are classified as pretty, like models, are skinny. You don't have a booty. And I think it's foolish for people to be like, well, not in our community. That's not what we like. I mean, majority rules sometimes. But I don't know. Maybe that's just my ED talking, but it's just, I don't know. It's just, I really hate when people tell me that I can't do or say certain things because of above my capacity because of my race. It's just really stupid. But that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching this long ass video.